What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be covering one of the most neglected muscle groups when it comes to sports performance. Literally, it doesn't matter what sport you play, training this muscle group is absolutely necessary if you want to perform your best. And the muscle group I'm talking about are the adductors. The adductors are the inner thigh muscles that assist in bringing the leg towards the midline of the body and stabilize the hip and pelvis. I'm going to be going over 4 reasons as to why adductor strengthening should be a staple in your strength training program. So let's get right to it. Reason number 1, the adductors aid in hip extension. Hip extension is one of the most powerful movements of the human body. It's what happens when you take off during a jump, push off during a sprint, or even lock out during a squat or deadlift. Having an explosive hip extension is what separates good athletes from great athletes. And although the glutes and hamstrings are the primary hip extensors, the adductors can help too. On top of that, the adductors help to stabilize your hip for improved sprinting efficiency. And the more efficient you're able to sprint, then the better athlete you're going to be. Reason number 2, it improves lateral power and your ability to change directions. I'm sure we've all seen some incredible display of athletes on the field, court, ice, or wherever it may be, juking people out and getting into some crazy positions. It's super fun to watch. And although the main muscles of lateral movement are going to be the muscles on the outside of the hip, such as the abductors, glutes, tensor fasciae lata, the adductors are just as important because they have to absorb force. And the better you can absorb force, the better you're going to be able to produce it. So if you want to be able to do movements like these, then you absolutely need to be training the adductors in addition to all the lateral movement that already needs to be done. Reason number 3, it improves rotational power. The adductors play a huge role in rotational power because of their ability to help rotate the hips. So if you're an athlete that has to reach, rotate, punch, or throw, then you need strong adductors. Having weak adductors will be limiting your full potential, and you will not be able to perform your specific task to the best of your ability. The adductors help internally rotate the hips to create maximal power from the lower body. So if you play baseball, softball, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, tennis, football, literally any sport, then you need to get on this. And the final reason, it helps prevent groin injuries. Groin strains are common amongst athletes, especially those who need to sprint, cut, and change directions quickly. Like I mentioned earlier, the muscles on the outside of the hip are predominantly responsible for moving laterally. But the adductors experience lots of eccentric stress during athletic movements, which means they are responsible for absorbing tons of force. Just like your hamstrings absorb force when your foot hits the ground while sprinting, the adductors do the same thing when you go for a lateral change of direction. So strengthening the adductors have been shown to greatly reduce the likelihood of groin injury. So I hope by now you see the benefit of training the adductors. They're absolutely crucial when it comes to optimal performance and for reducing the risk of injury to the groin and hip. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and share this with everybody else who you think can benefit. Leave in the comments down below any questions you may have and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. Please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.